Hi everyone, it's Tara. Welcome back to Tara's Take. So I thought it'd be fun to make some of these mini file folders, and you can make them in any size you want. I made a few as a sample. I did this one that's able to open, and you can do them like this to be able to write in them. You can use scrapbook paper, you can use book page. This one I made with scrapbook paper, and I painted over it with tempera gold to just give it a pretty metallic look. It was kind of a bright pink, and I like it better like this. But this one, if I leave it where they can open it, we could even put like a little policy closure here, or magnet or whatever, so that they could have that to open and write on. Okay, and then this one I did with washi tape and a book page, which I think is very cute. And these could be attached. I mean, we could even do, semi-hidden paper clips on here, so you could attach them, or you could glue them in, or you could stick them in pockets, or make them a pocket. So let's get to work. So all you're going to need is a selection of papers. I have my scraps with me. I have a bunch of scraps over here, and I have a bunch of washi tape. And I thought that, and I have some book page. So I thought it'd be fun to create all kinds of them, just to have in my stash. And then it's kind of like a mass make, but it's Saturday, so it's more like kick back and hang out with me. So I even started a new playlist where I am doing just craft along with me. So now what I did was I took a piece of scrapbook paper that's pretty firm, nice firm scrapbook paper, and I used let me see if I can find it. Did I put it away in my pet? I actually think I did put it away. I used my little triple corner maker, and I did different sizes, okay, for each corner here on these three, and then that way I can use this as a template and guide for when I do, because when you cut these, like I could do this side, okay, but if I go to try and do this side, it's not quite, won't fit. Watch, I'll show you. It will not fit into there. Now this one, of course, would. However, because I want them to be alike, and I can't do it on one side, I went ahead and I did go a little bit crooked on this one, which is easy enough to fix. You just go along here and round that out. But anyway, I used my little template and just trimmed it around the edge so that they're the same. Okay. All right, so I've got a few different washi tapes. So first, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut some pieces, and maybe the ones that have white back, I'll probably just distress real quick with my brush like this. You could also glue in some book page, vellum, even you could do it's just one of those projects that the sky's the limit kind of thing. I'm just looking here to see. Okay, so I'm going to flip this upside down, and is it going to go? Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, it's right. Now, what I'm going to do is, on this one, I'm going to bring it down slightly because I'm going to be cutting this piece, okay? And all you're going to need, like I said, is some paper, a bone folder, some, if you want to glue them shut, you could glue them shut. Okay, and then, like I said, I'm using scraps mostly and book page, but you can use a piece of scrapbook paper, or selection of scrapbook paper. I'm going to follow this right here on this corner and just trim that. It's jutting out just slightly. Okay. And then on this part up here, okay, I'm going, oops. Okay. I'm going to try, and you can decide where you want your tab. Oh, and the other thing I was going to mention I have, you know, all these different tabs I made. So technically I could even use, I'm trying to find one that actually kind of matches this. Here's blue. I'm not going to use it, but what you can do, instead of cutting this tab shape like I did, okay, you could use a tab like that, which I thought of after I did all the cutting. So I'm kind of thinking that I might try that on some of them. Now on this one, I'm going to go ahead and cut it and show you guys what I did. So I'm going to put mine up in this area. So I'm just going to trim this here. And I'm using this bottom piece as a guide. Okay. All right. Okay, so now I have that. It's a little off, which is fine. I'm just going to go from here around and wedge it in there. There we go. All right. Now, this is where I am going to use, I guess since I made this guide, even though I can't use it on this corner right here, I can use it on the rest of them. And so I just need to choose on here which one I'm going to use. This is the largest, the smallest, the medium, okay? So if I wanted to make it with, I'm going to do the medium size. So it's going to be, all I did was I set this up in the corner here, okay? And use it as a guide and just trim. You know, I'm going to do it on the outside because it's going to be easier to do. Okay, and I just trimmed around this little edge like that. Now I used the medium one, so, and as you can see, it goes off just slightly, but it's very slight. Now, so I'm going to use the medium one on here, and it'll match because oopsie. Okay. All right. So now I have a little file folder. Now I can either choose to leave this so that they can do some, you know, writing in here, or I could seal it. I'm looking here to see if I have a nice color of, if I have, you know, like a washi tape that kind of matches this a little bit and would look okay. But I kind of like this pattern, so I think on this one, now here's the other thing, I don't think it fits. Yeah, that's the other thing. So you do have to either use a tab and glue it on, or I'm going to use the smallest one for this, use a little template like I'm doing right here to round these corners. Unless you don't mind the squared corners, then don't worry about it. You know what I think I'll do? I'm going to try something really quick. This probably will not be a good idea, but I'm going to try it anyway, because you know me, I'm just using a pen to go up here. And do you see my light bouncing on and off? I was thinking when I got to doing the camera on, that my light seemed, can you see that my light was kind of dim? Do you guys think it's dim? Seems like it's dim to me over here. So I'm just going to use that line. I think that might be easier for me if I have a guide instead of trying to cut it around the paper. They're a little bit, you know, fiddly, but not a bad fiddly. If they were, I wouldn't be doing them. I just thought they were fun. Now I am going to, there's the dogs getting hurt. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave this as one that they can write in. But like I said, we could do a little closure on it of some sort. There's so many, my head was actually thinking of all these different ways that that I could do this, and so I was kind of excited about these because they're simple, but I love I love file folders, and you can make bigger ones too. You can, you can do this and make bigger ones as well. But I love file folders. I even like them when they look like a little notebook. I think they're cute. I think maybe it was from working in the office all those years. It's very possible, right? So yeah, and you could put a word up here, and like I said, you could glue it in. Let's do a little policy closure on this one for fun. And then we'll do a different type after that. I'm just going to use one of those blank ones. And do I have anything that matches? I might. I have all kinds I punched out, so let's check them out and see. I might have something here. No. Yeah, I'm just going to use the 2 brown. And what I do is, when I do these, I sit them inside, because they're 1-inch circles. So I sit them in the center of this thing, my mat. And it doesn't always work, but for the most part, I get a pretty centered little placing. And I just kind of eyeball, okay? And then I punch a small hole. And I'm going to use the little mini brads I have. Okay. Okay. And I've shown you guys this before, but I don't know if y'all remember. I'm looking to see what kind of thread I want to use. I think I'll use some of the... Do I want to use embroidery? I usually use kind of like a baker's twine here. But I gotta find... Oh, you know what? I know where it is. It's down here. This is one of the things I organized and have lost, is my ribbons. I don't use them nearly as much when they're not right in front of me. That one's not going to match. And, I do have a brown. I'll use that one. Yeah, I usually use the baker's twine. I think it's cute. I'm going to just sit that right there. And then, let's see. I'm just going to put one on and be putting it like, I'm going to tie it, and then I'll probably wrap it there. So I think that should be about right. And all I do is kind of open these slightly, not all the way. This is just how I do it. There's lots of ways to do it. This is how I find it easier, is to tie a little, the start of a knot, and then I put that over the prongs, okay, and then I tighten it around the base of the prong, or the brad, and flatten those out. Then I take a little bit of glue. I don't have my hot glue. I usually use hot glue. And I trim that. And I'm going to wait until my hot glue's hot, because I do like to settle it on there with hot glue. But anyway, once that is prepared, let me just go ahead and distress the edges of this a little bit. And the reason I do 2 is because once I glue this on, and you can put it through and have it on the inside as well, it's totally up to you. I do it this way because I don't know, it works. And I do 2 of them because then once it's glued down, I have this to slide the string through, okay? So that's why I do that. And I'm going to put this about here so that my string, let's see, I might move it over just slightly. I'm going to glue this on so that it's centered right there, okay? And then that'll swirl around. And that'll be a little closure. And this can be a floating, if you don't want it to, if you want to glue it in, you can, and then you could just, watch, I'll show you while that's heating up. I'll show you. You could glue it, okay, and then just go ahead and you glue it down, and then once, no, it's got to go from the bottom. That's why I started to do that. Okay, so once you get it over, you could glue it on, okay, and glue it into your book, because then it's just going to tighten this way, and then once it's glued in, it'll just open like that, okay, and they can write on it. So either way you want it. It doesn't have to be a floater. It can totally be glued in. Just make sure that you don't, you know, if you're going to use a policy closure with a string of any kind or twine, that you're going to want to put it going toward the bottom so that you can still open your little flap, and they'll have a spot to write. Okay, let's see if my glue is warming up. It sure is. So all I do is put a little bit of glue here, and to just kind of hold that string down. It's not too hot yet. I gotta wait. It's still not hot enough, but that holds your string in place. Okay, your twine. I think I'll do this one as a little floaty one. You know what? I'm going to do it that way just in case I change my mind, because I don't want to have it be set up and then be like, oh, I wish I could glue this down, but it won't open if I do, you know. And now all I'm going to do is put some of the hot glue here. Still not really hot enough, but it's good enough, I think. Okay. And then I'm going to put it right there. Oops. Good enough. Here. There we go. Press that down. And now when I bring this around, see how it goes right there between the two. Okay, so you've got it on there real nice. Okay, so that's one, and I will probably put like a message word there. You know, you know how I am. You guys know what I do. So there's one, and I'm going to make one of these this time, and I'm going to do it again out of music paper. I think that I will double the music paper so that it's a little bit thicker and glue it shut. That one's got a tear. I don't want to use that. Okay. There we go. I think I got it. Nope. It's, well, I'm fine. I'm going to trim that part off anyway, so it'll be good. Oh, you know what? I have one torn out already. Look at that. It don't matter. I'm going to be trimming that side off anyway, but my point was going to be, let's see. So when I come up, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this together. Hopefully my glue will flow and not give me a hard time. I may have to pause and go wash it off. I am using my Aleene's glue this time, and it tends to fight with me a little bit. Yep. I think it just dries up in my nozzle. Yeah, it's fighting with me. I will be right back. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do that. Okay, I'm back. A little hot water always works. Clear out that nozzle. So I am just going to run this around the edge here. Yeah, I did the other one with a single layer, and that's fine because the washi tape's kind of securing it, but I just think this paper is thin enough, oopsie, that I should utilize it doubled up, or make it double, so it's nice and strong, because it is old paper. I mean, you know, it's a very old music book, over 100 years old. So, and if you're wondering what I'm using, in case you're new to junk journaling, I'm using just an old card. I used to do Instacart. You can use any old credit card, bank card, store card, and it's a nice, cheap way to have a glue spreader. Okay? All right. And you do want to spread your glue because you want to get it all the way to the edges. That's the reason I didn't use my art glitter glue, is because I know that this glue is, as far as spreadability, it works better. The art glitter glue dries too quick and also kind of makes lines that I don't really prefer. So yeah, so I'm just cutting it, trimming these edges off a little bit, not all the way, but oopsie, gosh, you'll have to forgive me. I know I don't sound like it too much yet. I am getting a stuffy nose. I'm hoping it doesn't move forward into a cold. My husband brought home some sickness from his work, and so I'm kind of experiencing it. Okay, so I'm going to cut this right, let's see, I'm going to use this line here and cut it down. And I'm making sure that the one side is upside down. I went off a little bit, I can see it. I'm making sure that the one side is upside down, so when I fold it over, it'll look right side up. Okay, if you don't know that trick, when you're looking at it like this, if you fold it, it's going to be upside down. Okay, oh no, it's right side up. But on the, did I have it upside down? I must have it upside down. I do. Never mind. So make sure this side is upside down on the back, okay, that you're folding toward you. And then you're going to be able to have a right side upside, okay? Trust me. Just trust me. So again, I'm going to use, this time I'm going to use my lines on the music, but no, not quite. I'm going to bring that, okay? You know what I could have done, and I didn't. I should have. Because I kind of want to use one of these tabs. I have all kinds here. I have these little guys. I just thought it'd be cute to have a tab instead of creating my own tab. Actually, I don't mind that one. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and round off my corners. You don't have to round off your corners if you don't want to. I prefer them because to me it gives it a finished appearance. But if you like them sharp edged, by all means, leave them that way. No big deal. Okay, and I think I will use one of these. Let me look and see which one I want to use. Reflections, this one says. It's kind of big. I have some that I made in here and some that are just, I have some of those cloth ones, and then I have these ones that I really, let's see, I want to make sure that it matches, because I am going to do this one with washi tape. So I want it, I'll probably just use one of these neutrals. Like, yeah. I'll use this one. Let's see. Now, because it's neutral, I can pretty much use it with anything here. I really like that one. Okay, actually, I like most of these in this box. The ones I don't like, I've put in another box. The ones that are in here, that are in my three little cases, I love. Okay. There's just so many pretty ones. I think I'll use that one this time. Or maybe that one. I'll use this one. So, all I'm going to do is trim this end off here and make sure it's straight. And I didn't use glue because, I mean, you could, to seal that at the end, you could. I I just took it on the back, okay, and you can start it on the front if you'd like. I did mine on the back, and I didn't pay attention to how far over I went or any of that. I'm just making sure that it links on the back. And this tape isn't quite as sticky as the last one I used, so I may use a little glue when I go to seal it back there again. When I bring it around, I'll show you what I mean. And you can kind of see your paper coming through the washi, which is cool because it's music notes, so you can see that behind. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this. And like I said, because this is lifting a little bit more than my other one, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of glue just to make sure it's sealed. And then I just went ahead and went around that each time. And you can bring it right up to the edge of your tape like that, or you can put it over a little bit. It's up to you. These are just fun. They're cute. We're going to decorate on top of them, so it's not like, I mean, I'm going to put something on top of these, so it's not like it's going to be to where you need to worry about if it's going to lift or really anything like that. But I don't want this back part to lift. That's why I'm making sure to just add a dollop of glue here. Just a little dollop will do ya. Okay. Now, on this part, I was thinking after I did this one, I was thinking it'd be kind of cute even to run some lace right there if you wanted to. I am not going to, but you could. You could do, oops, I'm doing that wrong. And because I need this to, I could go ahead and fold it over actually. That wouldn't be a bad idea. That would just probably strengthen it. We'll see. This is all kind of hit and miss for me. I'm trial and error, It's the first time I've done them. And so, yeah. I know it's overlapping, but that's what I was saying. I could probably fold that in, and that would make it nice and secure, and also give you a nice clean edge. If I can just cut the tape correctly and make it lay right, Okay. All right. Okay, so now on this side, like I was saying, all I really need to do is trim right here. Just give it a little nip right there and a little nip right here. You gotta be careful though, you don't want to cut into the edge of your folder. Okay, yeah, it's working. And just stick that over so that's pretty nice and clean. And then I'm gonna go ahead and trim this little teeny tiny bit right there off. Okay. Now you can I have all these tapes up here that match, so what I could do, let's see if this one's wide enough, just shy of being wide enough. Let me see if I have a little bit thicker. These all match. They came from the same set, so they all kind of have that same feel to them, Oh, I like that one. I love this one. I'm going to be sad when it's gone. Now, if it goes over, I'll just trim it a little bit. I'm just going to run my finger here and do the smush, the Pammy finger smush. Okay. And like I said, you could do like some lace across the top. I mean, you can kind of do it however you want. Okay. And then I'm going to very carefully go around this edge. You don't have to do that. You could leave it with just the book page showing because it looked fine. But I just wanted to give you some options. Okay, so there's the back of it. And there's the front. And now I am going to, don't know, do I want to use that one or do I want to grab a different one here? I have a bunch of different ones. This one's a little big. I could cut it in half because it kind of matches it, but let me see. Oh, look at that little, that's cute. I have no idea why that's in there. It shouldn't be in here. Oh, these little heart ones are adorable. I have a whole bunch. I just love, love, love them. Tabs, I mean. The heart ones seem to like all have designs and stuff on them that's going to kind of clash with what I have. Let me see. This is one of my cloth we did the other day, the fabric, and it kind of matches pretty good actually. What do you guys think? It's not, it's very subtle, but it has flowers on it, and I was thinking if I distressed it a little bit, made it look a little older, and put a word across it or something, you know, it might look cute. Maybe, maybe. Let's see. Oh, and I gotta give kudos. You know, sometimes you guys just make what I show you way better than me. You guys are so funny. I'm like, you should have the video, the channel, not me. I don't think I like that one. But I gotta give kudos to Vanessa from South Africa. So we know who I'm talking. Ooh, that one's pretty. So we know who I'm talking about. You made the yo-yo flowers and they came out. Oh, wowzers, they were beautiful. I really loved yours. And then also your journal this week, the blue and white journal. Oh, scrumptious, scrumptious. And a box that it, you know, a carrier that it goes in. Just amazing. If you're a member of our Facebook group, you can see those. Her work was just beautiful this week, and I loved it. I loved it. Had to mention it. And I think I'm just going to try to remember to start doing that because you guys put out some stuff that makes me just go, whoa. And I've done that with Sonia and Pamela, and I mean all kinds of you that are members of the Facebook group. Now this says Grace on it, just so you can see. Can you see? Or is it blurry? Anyway, but I think that one will look kind of cute right there. So you've got your little file folder, but it's you know, you didn't have the hassle of cutting it out. If you have some tabs, you're good to go. And then when you go like this, see, you have a little pocket, and it's super cute. Yay! So I think they're cute. I hope you do too. I really like these. I thought, oh, I gotta show my girls. I'm sure somebody else has done them. I mean, I've gotten file folders in, you know, my digis and stuff. So it's not like this is some new thing. But I've never made them by hand myself. So for me, this is a new project. That's all. Not a new thing. I'm not taking credit for file folders. You know what I mean. What time is it? Okay. So there's that one. So we have one with a closure, and it's used for writing. Let's remember what we did. Okay. So this one's for you to open and be able to write. And if you just want to glue it in, you can glue your string down, and then you can just cut it a little bit shorter and have it like that. You know, I'm just doing mine long. And when I when I get done, I'll decide if I want to leave it as a glue in or if I want it as a floater. Okay. So I have that one and that one. Now I'm going to do one where I cut out the top tab instead of using a tab pre-made. Okay. And I have this other piece here, so we're going to go ahead and use it. And again, I'm going to go ahead and use my music line here as my fold line. Yeah, I'm glad I did the doubling of the book page. It really does give it a lot more security. And you know what I just thought of? I can totally do this on the side that I can still trim it. Oh no, it won't work because I'm gonna be cutting this. It still won't work. Never mind. Never mind. I was wrong because I'm gonna be trimming this off. I can. No, I still can't. I'm thinking I can, but I can't. So all I do is turn it, okay, and then I was just kind of taking it around as evenly as I can, and then depending on how long you want your little tabby to be, you could do the whole thing as a tab, or like I did, you could just round it out, and if it's not perfect, you can fix it when it's said and done, but it's just getting it, you know, trimmed down. Okay, there we go. Oh, that's pretty even. That's all I did. I didn't use anything to guide me or anything. Now this one's kind of long-ish, but that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. But now I'm gonna go in and do my corners, my 3 corners here, and then I'll go ahead and use my little, what do I do with it? Here it is. And again, I used the medium. If you make, oh gee whizzle sticks, dropped my glue. If you're making these in a bigger scale, you'll probably want to use the larger of this, but I'm using this one, okay? And that is this one to get my corner right here. I'm not going to use a pen this time. I'm just going to cut it, okay? If it's a little bit off, I'll fix it. Yeah, it's got a little tiny squareness to it when I do that, but as you can see, super easy to fix. Okay, so there's that one. Now, since this is music page, I'm gonna go ahead and do, and you could seal this with, gosh, let's try it. We could use some cloth. Let me see here, how big a piece I'm gonna need. You know, you could use a piece of, so you could do that. That's kind of cute. I always want to tell my neighbors, I'm working during the day and making videos. Could you not stand outside my window and yell at your dogs, or yell or shut the door really loud? It's like, I know. They live here too. I'm just glancing in here to see what all I have. I kind of, you know me, I love this material, and I'm wondering if I tore, if this would be enough for both sides. Maybe. I'm just trying something else. You could also use some lace. You don't have to use fabric like this. So you could use chiffon, you could, I mean anything. You could use anything you want. We could use some of the ribbon or edging. That would be kind of cute too. See, you just bring it there, fold it over, and it closes it, seals it for you. Well, that's kind of pretty too. So yeah, if this isn't quite long enough, maybe I will do that. Yeah, it's not quite. So I think I will. I think I'm going to try doing it with some of my ribbon on my trim, okay, that I love so much. So you're going to want to bring it just, because you're going to trim this off right there, but you want to bring it up high enough that it's going to seal, okay, and trim it at the bottom without cutting through your paper. And then I'll just use this piece. When I did the tape earlier on this smaller one, I had to, I brought the tape all the way above and I trimmed it off as well. And so I just used, I brought the, what am I trying to say? Sorry guys. What I'm trying to say is I brought it all the way up and I had to trim some of that corner off on that as well. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so now I am thinking I don't need to do anything on the inside. So I'm just going to put some on the edge. And this art glitter glue works really well with these trims for me. This metal, it's like a metal trim, and it does work good. And I just press it on with my wipe, my dry wipe. Okay, and then I'm going to do the other side. And again, I'm using the glue and smush method, and just rubbing it in so it doesn't squish through so much. Make sure you bring it right up to the edge so it seals your little folder shut. Oops. Okay, hold it down so it gets nice and stuck. It'll dry pretty quick, but don't make a liar of me. Isn't that the way? I don't want to stick. People are watching. I'm gonna act out. Come on, light. Don't go out on me. Okay. There we go. Now I'm gonna trim this. The only reason it does that with this is because it's that metal, and it doesn't like to bend as much. But once you get it on there, it's good. Okay. Oh, I like this. I love that anyway, so any excuse to use it. I told you guys the story about how they didn't have it at Walmart for months, and then when they finally had it again, I couldn't afford to buy them both, so I hid one and bought one week, and then I went back and bought the other one the next week. Yes, don't judge me. That is what I did. I'm going to bring this down because it's going to need trimmed on that one. Okay, and one more time, and then we're good to go, I think. And hold it nice and taut. And if you're using ribbon or, I don't know, sari silk, you could use anything for this. I just happen to be using this. Just to give you, I just wanted to inspire you guys and give you a few ideas, different things you can do to make these work. And they're adorable, and, depending on what you do with them. I mean, they're going to make your little, they're going to just be a cute addition to a page, Okay, so there's that one. Very cute. Look at that. Opens up. That's there we go. I got a little bit of glue in my corners there. It's okay. There we go. So cute. I love it so much. I probably should have distressed myself here a little bit before I did all that, but let's see if it'll go through for me. It is, because it's open, so it'll be okay. What time is it? Okay, so let's go ahead and decorate one. You want to? Let's see what they look like decorated. I have not done that yet, and I have no idea what I want to do with them. I kind of like the ones with the washi tape. I just kind of like them by themselves. Maybe a word or a phrase, something encouraging. This little guy, I really like him on like the edge, and then glue this one in. I think that's super cute. In fact, I don't know, does it match? Maybe it doesn't match as good as I'm thinking, This one, I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with it. Let me look at this. Oh, that's cute. That could even go sideways and be like that. And then just glue it in, and you could have a little side pocket right there. Oh, they're so cute. I wish this matched just a little bit more. I wonder if I just dingy this up a little bit, if it will. And then dingy up this a little bit. Let's just see, just for fun. I just want to grunge you up a little bit. I also did not distress the paper on this one, did I? Doubling up that music paper really helped strengthen this a lot. Okay, let me see. That is so cute. I just love that little balloon. I'm dying to use it now that it popped out of there. Let me see what else I have here. I have these little mini things from Miss Tina, of course. Her little minis, and I have some with these beautiful ladies on them. Let's see. Let me look. There's other ones too. There's some with like a peachy. Oh, and then there's these girls. Could totally. Oh, here's a smaller one too. Yeah, after this video, I am going to take a nap, I think. I can really feel, you know what I mean, like in my head, and I'm feeling kind of, you know, when you know you're catching a cold, that feeling. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling right now. But I really wanted to get this video done so that I can start on my May collaboration videos for this coming month. Oh, I like, let's see, they're kind of in a different era though, so I think, oh, this one's pretty. I'm just looking for little things to put on here that will match and kind of collage, you know. Sticking to my finger. I don't want to cover that flower. I'm having a moment where, you know how when we see stuff and we go, oh no, I don't want to cover that. That's what I'm actually experiencing right now. That is just silly. Tell me it's just silly, Tara. Stop it. And I got all these tiny things here. I think that actually might go with that. That one's good. Kind of drab. Let's see. Do I have any brighter pieces that'll... Can you guys even see? I'm sorry. Here. I've got these little guys I'm looking at. I have got that song in my head. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. I don't know why. It keeps going through my head. It's funny. Oh, here we go. That one's got a little more color to it. That's what I was looking for. And then, yeah, sometimes you just get songs in your head. I don't even know. I haven't heard it that I know of. I mean, I don't know. That's funny though. I just want to do like a little collaging in this corner and then have that balloon and maybe something sort of like that. And then maybe a word somewhere, you know, that's going to be encouraging. My thing is stuck. Where are we at? I'm checking the phone to make sure. Oh, I thought so. We're at 15%. Let me stick this in here real quick, and then we won't die. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let me see. Laughter delightful. Yeah, I'm gonna glue. I'm gonna glue these guys together first. I'm gonna put them at an angle like that, and then I'm gonna put the flower here. Yeah. Okay, so let me just get a little bit of glue here. These will just be cute, you know, a little fun ephemera to go into my journals. And they're super easy to make. They're a good scrap and washi tape buster if you use your washi. You know, so I could do a smaller, I do have, if I can find them here, I have smaller balloons, actually. They're here somewhere. Maybe oh, here's one. But it's gotta be the right color. That's too small, huh? I really like this one on there, so yeah, I'm gonna use it. But I hate that it's gonna cover up that flower right there, but that's okay. That beautiful tulip. And I think I'll have it hang off the edge just slightly. Okay. And a little bit off the bottom there, and then we're just gonna tear this down. I hope that you guys joined me. If you did, let me know. If you didn't, but you're gonna make some, let me know how they turn out. And if you want, join our Facebook group and you can show everybody your work. We love it when you guys join us. We do. The more the merrier, and the more people who comment and encourage each other, the better. That's why I started that group. That's the only reason. You know, it was to show each other our work and to be encouraging to one another. So oops. Okay. Now I'm thinking that I want the delightful to go like right across the flower. Or right at the base. Let's see. Maybe right there. Delightful. So there we go. There's a little one decorated. And I'm going to use it sideways and glue it in. And as you can see, it'll be a nice, sweet little pocket for me. Oh, the paper just tore. Did you see that? Do you know why? It's because that I told you this first one I did, I didn't double the paper. That is why. But watch, we're going to fix it. Be okay. We are just going to run a line of glue along the bottom there. But that's why you want to double up your old book pages, especially old vintage antique ones like this, okay? Because like I said, this actually is over 100 years old. The paper is super sensitive, fragile, okay? But there we go. There's our little mini folder, file folder, and super cute. It's going to look cute in the journal. And it'll hold a few little, you know, a couple little cards or, you know, something to journal on for them. I think it's very sweet. Good way to use your scraps, your washi tapes, your book pages. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on this Saturday. Have a good time at church tomorrow if you go to church. And have a wonderful day with your family. I love you, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.